Jocelyn Luyon. I was tasked to represent our beloved university, and on behalf of DLSU-D, we would like to thank the organizers of this event, the University of San Jan, Universitas Indonesia, Prof. Riri, Ms. Sabrina, and the rest of the UI Green Metric team for inviting DLSU-D to share with you some of the best practices that we are currently doing in terms of the university's waste management program. Our presentation is entitled DLSU-D Green Innovations and Waste Management, Adoption of Greener Lifestyles in New Normal. The topic outline will be presented to 4 parts. First, we will talk about the brief history of our waste management program. Next, our green policies and the simple, low-cost, low-technology green innovations and waste management. Then our collaborative engagements with our partners. And lastly, the crafting of our pandemic framework due to COVID-19 for the continuous operations of the university's transaction. Before I start my presentation, let's have a quick virtual tour on our green campus.
Salle University-Dasmarinas, a place where we believe your Lasallian dream begins. To be in college is to embrace exceptional education and holistic training, and at the same time, savor an ambience of fresh and green environs that even spurs learnings and makes it even more fun and relaxing. Salle University-Dasmarinas is the best venue for your professional preparation. DLSU-D offers an unconventional take on education that allows students to learn in an environment surrounded by nature. Inculcates in them not only the Lasallian values of faith, zeal, and service, allows them to experience and participate in socially responsible projects throughout their stay in the university. A heart for the environment, the most eco-friendly school in the Philippines for tertiary schools. Aside from learning within the 4 corners of the classroom, students experience and practice genuine social consciousness, a commitment to world-class education development programs. The university's Language Learning Center has been lauded countless times by various international organizations for its versatility in offering a variety of standard languages in Asia and the Pacific. Salle University-Dasmarinas was granted Level 4 accreditation status by the Federation of Accrediting Associations of the Philippines, as recommended by the Philippine Accrediting Association of Schools, Colleges, and Universities. The distinction is the highest accreditation status granted to only universities who have complied and exceeded the standards set by the PASCO. DLSU-D campus is beautifully green. Having been nature's steward, DLSU-D lives its commitment to the environment. At the same time, the university enriches the academic life, culture, and spirituality, all instrumental in targeting the students' holistic development. Salle University-Dasmarinas, a paradise for learning. DLSU-D, creating possibilities.
DLSU-D inculcates the values of stewardship through the Lasallian mission with the vision of creating professionally competent stewards of God's creation. The institutional target is to develop a culture of environmental sustainability as integrated in the academic curriculum. Disposal and management of solid and toxic waste has been a perennial problem in the Philippines. The passage of the Republic Act 9003 calls for the institutionalization of a national program that will manage the country's municipal solid waste. DNR is the major agency tasked to implement this law. In 2001, the university's Environmental Resource Management Center, or ERMAC, was established in response to the pastoral letter on stewardship of the Earth's resources. ERMAC is under the Office of the Vice Chancellor for Finance and Administrative Services that is responsible for the university's environmental programs and advocacies, aspiring to be an ecology learning center both inside and outside the campus. DLSU-D was first among the LaSalle schools to establish an eco-center. Thus has been awarded as the Model School-Based MRF by the Provincial Government of Cavite in 2009. It is a self-sustaining system due to income generated from the recyclables in partnership with the service provider. Part of the regulatory compliance is the placement of the color-coded trash bins all over the campus. A separate trash bin for food waste is provided by canteen concessionaires. In 2011, DLSU-D was recognized as the most sustainable and eco-friendly school in tertiary level category by the DNR. Furthermore, a student organization for the environment named Lasallian Vigilance for Environmental Development, or LS Verde, serves as an environmental arm of ERMAC in voluntary service to promote the beauty and conservation of the environment. The crafting of the DLSU-D environment policy is our green promise to make a greener future. Since 2011, the tagline Blackout Green In became the flagship program of the university's response to the impacts of human-induced climate change, presently known as climate emergency. The main goal is to reduce carbon emission on campus and replacing it with green sustainable habits. This is in support also of the DLSP's Life PCN, which aims to assess the status of DLSP's school's carbon footprint with the goal of achieving a green educational network that is carbon neutral or better. This was featured in the 2017 ISCN report, Educating for Sustainability, and it received also a Merit Award in the local public relation programs and sustainable development. The green innovation and solid waste management that utilize a very simple technology without so many implications with the university's finances is the vertical drip ecological or Verde garden. It is a modified setup with 4-in-1 approach which advocates for urban gardening and food security, segregation at source using recycled materials such as plastic bottle and composting using food waste, water conservation due to its vertical connecting drip, and lastly, creation of green space. Verde gardening provides environmental awareness workshops to students from other international university partners under the Inbound Mobility Program by the University Linkages Office. The concept of Verde Garden was also adopted in the local community through the environmental project of the Council of Student Organizations, the umbrella organization of all bona fide student organization of DLSU-D, and this outreach activity was also featured in the 2018 ISN report, Educating with Purpose. Correspondingly, segregation at source is being practiced when using the plastic bottle as coin bank for raising funds for the poor but deserving LaSallian students. Furthermore, the scholarship fundraising campaigns both boost the spirit of LaSallian giving and environmental consciousness. This initiative is coordinated with ERMAC by the University Advancement Office. Programs to reduce the use of paper and plastic in campus are as follows: Playgo campaigns, automation of essential documents in offices and student activities such as development of e-payslip system for faculty and staff, green meetings by providing an e-copy of minutes of the meetings, green certification for student activities. The automation of documentation for student activities is being initiated by the Office of the Student Services. In addition, this office also spearheaded the annual Luntiang Parangal, giving special awards for the most sustainable student organization and most eco-friendly project. Schoolbook is the university's virtual learning environmental tool powered by NEO LMS. The birth of e-learning at DLSU-D started in 2010 without physical office. In 2014, DLSU-D Ace Online is a degree program which offers students who are not able to finish their college degrees an opportunity to get a degree while working locally or abroad via fully online delivery. The no plastic bag and plastic drinking straw policies that were implemented in 2011 and 2012 respectively made a significant reduction in the hauling fee of university's residual waste. The DLSU-D High School has its own version of the Animo Zero Waste. The most recent policy, the Green Day policy by multi-sectoral representatives, hopes to reduce the university's plastic footprint by eliminating gradually all kinds of plastics and residual waste. The project icon for the e-waste project and tree planting activity in support of DLSP's 1 Million Trees and Beyond project as initiated by ICTC. The College of Science and Computer Studies Waste No More, College of Business Administration Accountancy Wishcraft projects, 2 of the 7 colleges actively involved in the recycling program, both aims to raise funds and raise the level of environmental awareness among its students. LCD's Bazaar requires all its registered sellers to strictly observe the no plastic bag and plastic drinking straw policies. A 5% environmental fee of the total net income from the bazaar goes to the University Environment Trust Fund. The annual search by the Office of the Vice Mayor for the natatanging Caviteño sa larangan ng kalikasan, our version of environmental hero, that lead to the conservation and protection of Cavite's natural resources and heritage. The University Advancement Office, which is also under Vice Mayor, held the Animo Sake 1 Human Recycling Logo, where LaSalle students gathered to break the record for the largest human formation attempt of a recycling logo. The second attempt, the Animo Sake 3, was cancelled last March 2020 due to COVID-19 pandemic. On the spiritual aspect, the Campus Ministry Office and University Chaplain's Office strongly advocate for the Zero Waste Church by the CBCP through the use of mess kits similar to bring your own tumbler and food utensils. The science students are proactive when it comes to greening the environment, partly due to the service learning program of the university. DLSU-D is a member part of the following local international networks: DLSP's OMTV and FFPM groups, GCCM Pilipinas and Laudato Si Gen Pilipinas, Zero Waste Recycling Movement of the Philippines, and ISCN. Through the University Research Office, the university fostered partnership with the provincial government of Cavite to fully strengthen CDRP, which addresses environmental issues in order to achieve a sustainable Cavite. The crafting of the pandemic framework for our waste management programs as follows: a separate flash bin intended solely for COVID-19 related waste was provided for the disposal of single-use PPEs and regular disinfection following the OH protocols. Everyone is constantly reminded to work together to halt the transmission of the coronavirus. Moreover, the university has shifted to fully online classes for the academic year 2020-2021. Connectivity Wi-Fi devices were also provided for free for all freshmen. Printed modules copy is only an option for those students who do not have stable internet connectivity in their current areas, since community quarantine is still implemented in the Philippines. All meetings are done online, and there are regular webinar trainings for faculty and staff. Flexible work-from-home arrangement is also an option under certain conditions for some employees. In response to the new normal, different online modalities were explored for the continuous operation of the university's transactions. Our waste management program has been aligned or realigned with the target goals of the United Nations SDGs. In summary, a simple, low-cost, and low-technology utilization for its ecological solid waste management program can be manifested through adopting greener lifestyles as well as cascading its sustainable practices and policies to the partner communities. The sustainability of our ESWMP program could be attributed to collaborative works among the multi-sectoral level of the university and partnerships between the local groups sharing common goals and environmental actions. Furthermore, Salle University-Dasmarinas is one with the call to collective action in responding to global ecological conversion as it adapts to the new normal of creating a safe, sustainable, and healthy university where the experience of God is lived and shared. Thank you for listening.